you are planning to start a business, then this system is going to. Hello, great to have you here. It's my pleasure to have you guys here one more time. Today we are going to look at a system called inventory management system. So if you are a business owner, you are planning to start a business, then this system is going to actually help you to keep track of all your products and everything that you're doing so far as business is concerned. Okay, so those of you that are liking the video, sharing it, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Keep sharing, keep liking. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. So now I have 8 different sheets here that are going to talk to each other or basically describe the whole system. So the first one is the dashboard, and then the description says what? Auto-generated KPI summary, that is sales, purchases, expenses, profit, and stock alert. Okay, so the dashboard is basically going to give you the overall picture of the whole system, every activity that is happening. And then the second one is the products and stocks. So the description says well, the master product list plus live stock levels. So what this means is that once you are performing any activity, it's actually automatically updating every part of this Excel sheet. Okay, every part of this the sheet that is here. And the third one is the sales. So this is where you actually start the process of selling to the customer. I mean, the product the person wants to buy, this is what you actually list it or enter it and then see the effect. Then the every calculation is going to be happening at the background with the help of the formulas. And the next one is the purchases. This is where when we go out to go and buy our products right from the suppliers, this is the shit that is going to take care of that. And expenses, of course, every business that you're doing, there's expenses, so this shit is also going to take care of the expenses that we have. And the invoice, this is where we issue the invoice to the customer. Okay, so we are going to look at that as well. And the next one is the customers and suppliers. Good. This is where you need to pay very close attention to, because without the customer detail we will not be able to generate the invoice, like I said earlier. So you have to make sure you have the customer detail, just the person's name and then the telephone number. Okay, even without a telephone number you can still generate the invoice. Okay, the only thing is just the name, and the rest of the thing I'm going to talk about it practically, but it's just the steps that you can follow. Okay, how to record sales, so I'm going to look at that. So but the last thing that I want to talk about here at the guide sheet is, do not delete. Never delete headers, row, or total rows. Formulas will break, because Excel is full of formulas. So if you delete it, meaning you're going to destroy a whole lot of stuff. So now let's go to the dashboard straight. Good. Now the dashboard is saying, well, with the heading business inventory management system dashboard. Good. And this is powered by Excel formula. Exactly, everything here is formula based. Okay, so currently I have a total revenue here which is 885 Ghana cedis. The total purchase is 2,500, total expenses 20, and net profit. So this is, I think I have 2 products in the system right now, so we'll be adding more to it to see the effect. Okay, so I have a table here. Any product that is going down, it will be shown here, or it will show up here. Sorry, it will show up here, and the product that are selling to also show up here as well. So you don't have to worry anymore. And then By the end of the day, you have a financial summary. You have a column here. That's just what the first one is, what total revenue from sales. With the example that I have here is 850, so you still have the same thing. You have the cost of goods sold, you have 840. The gross profit is 45. The total expenses is 20 cedis. Net profit is 20 cedis. And what's the name? The net profit, okay, 25, sorry. And then the total stock purchases, which is 2,500. So we will be adding more product to this to see the effect. Okay, so don't worry about what I have here. This is just a sample to have a broader knowledge or picture about the whole system. So now let's go to custom. That's the third sheet. Remember, we have 8 sheets in total, so this is the third one, meaning we have 5 more to go. So now let's add a customer, a new customer to this. So we have 3 customers, but this one we didn't complete it. So let me just add new customer to it to say. So let's just drop it. So make sure this plus sign here turns to black before you drop it down. I'll just drop it down. Then so this is the 4th customer, meaning this one, the 3rd person didn't buy anything. So, okay, maybe the process they started by, maybe he or she left. And this is the 4th customer here. So the person's name is, let's say, Simon. Aku. Okay, let's say Simon Aku. I'll just drag the number as well, but you can type it. Okay, so maybe the person is from Accra. Let's say it's from Accra. So here you don't have to worry about anything. The person's total purchase will show here when we go back to the sales page. Okay, so don't worry about this. And then the supplier directory too, don't worry about this for now. We will come back and look at it, but let's focus on the customer directory for now, and this is what our focus is on at the moment. Now the next thing is we are now going to buy from our suppliers. Okay, so here you see the total spend here, you see the total orders here as well here, and then the total quantity received. Okay, but currently we have what, 150. You can see the first one here we have 100 and we have 50 here, so making it 150 with the respective unit costs and then the total cost as well. So now let's add a new product to it. So let's say, let me just drag this one down here, 15th from May 2026. The product order number, I'll also drag this one down here, supplier code, I also drag this one, but they all have different what is the name, supplier code. You can repeat the same thing for each customers. So a supplier will only have a unique ID. Okay, one supplier will not have two a supplier code. Now they all have different supplier code. So the supplier name is, let's say, Kokovi supermarket. Good. And then the product ID, always in cars, product ID is 003. And what are we buying from Kokovi supermarket? Maybe we are buying tomatoes. Okay, and what category does it fall under? Let's say cooking. Fell under cooking. How many quantity are we buying? We are buying 100, and the unit cost is let's say 5 cedis. So we will see the total that we'll be paying, which is 500 cedis. Okay, it's in Ghana cedis. So here we have this as in our stock right now. Now let's move to our products and stock. Okay, so this is the master list. So the first one actually handle the things that we'll be buying from suppliers. I want you guys to get this thing. This is actually going to track what we are buying from the suppliers, and now this is in our store right now. Okay, so now we have to enter the same thing in our stock right now. So the product ID, remember, is there 003. So I'll just drag this one. It will also come like that. And then the product name, then we bought tomatoes, and is the category is cooking. Okay, and is it pack? Yes. So let's say it's no, carton. Let's say it's a carton thing. And the cost price, remember, is 5 cedis. Okay, we bought it at 5 cedis at Kokovi supermarket. Now how much are we going to sell it? Let's say we want to sell it at 6 cedis, right? Now see, we will be making, the markup presented is 20%, meaning we are only adding 1 cedi in addition to this, so we'll be making 20% on it. So now we intend to, I think, 100 pieces. Yes, 100. And you see the current stock here. The current stock has to be the same as the opening stock. Okay, so now anytime you buy something here, it will actually be subtracted from the current the opening stock. So the current stock here will also change. So let's say they've sold 20 out of it, so it will be left with 80. So let's say you can say it left with 80. Do you get the point? And we can also set a minimum stock level, and this is actually going to help us to know the status of the product at the dashboard. Remember, we have a table at the dashboard here that says what? Low stock alert. So it will show here actually. So now let's go back here. So now let's say we've sold 20 out of it, so it left with 80, which is our current stock right now. Then let's set our minimum stock level to 10. Okay, so you will see the status as okay. That is good. So now maybe someone wants to buy tomatoes, right? So now let's go to sales, which is the next one, and let's say on this particular day that the person wants to buy, which is 5th May 2026, and then the invoice number is 003. So you just drag this one down here, and the customer. So now here you don't have to enter the customer ID, remember. Okay, and the only thing, you have a drop down here, pick the person's customer ID, which is 4. Remember that the third customer didn't buy anything, so the 4th customer is this person. You select the 4. You see the customer name will actually automatically appear here, which is Simon Aku, and then the product ID is what? 00. We've added the third product, which is 003, and you automatically see the price here, the unit price that we want to sell it. And remember, we bought the product 5 cedis and we want to sell it at 6 cedis. So the moment I select the product ID here from the drop down, it will actually populate the unit price as 6 cedis. Do you get it? And then the product name is tomatoes, so you also select the drop down here, which is tomatoes. Do you get it? Then the category, which is cooking, so you select the cooking. And the units, remember, we select a carton, so this is it. So when you look at the the product here, we said what the total sold is 20. We've actually put 20 there for instance. So now let's say they actually bought 20, so let's say 20. Then you will see the total sales, so 20, and you will see the total sales here as 120. Okay, and the cost actually, if you're to sell it 5 cedis, this when we sell 20, this is what we are supposed to actually get. But we will be getting 120 cedis with a profit of what, 20 cedis at the top. Do you get it? So this one you don't have to struggle anymore. The moment you have this, you are sorted out. And the cost price is what, 100 cedis, and then the profit is 20 cedis, and you see it here. And even at the top here, you will see what. Let's start from the total revenue from the left side. The total revenue also increases to 1005. Do you get it? And then the total cost is what, 940 cedis. So when you add all the total cost here, you will see that it will be up to this. So this is 900, this is 40, so it's the same as 940 here as well. And the net profit after removing the expenses and everything, you get 65. And I will show you the expenses that we have, so that you see the broader picture about the whole thing. And then the number of sales, we have 1, 2, 3 sales rows here, so meaning we actually initiated 3 sales here. Okay, so we have 3, and then the total quantity is 61. When you add here, this is 60 here, this is 140 and 20, so making it 61. Then you have it here, then you click on this. So we are done with the sales ledger here, and then we move to the next sheet, which is what, the invoice. So now I want to give a receipt to the person, right? The only thing you have to do is just come to here and change the customer ID. So here is 002 with the name Paul Doe, but it's not Paul Doe that we want to issue the receipt or the invoice to. So we change here to 4. The customer ID is 4, and you can see that the name appears Simon Aku, but we need to enter the date that the person actually bought it, and that's 5th, right? So we need to do the same thing here. We have to change it 5th here, we have to change it to 5th, so that it will actually show it in a table. So 5th. So now you can see that the name, the invoice number, the product name, the category and everything, and the total amount that Simon will be paying is 120 cedis. Do you get the whole thing? So this is basically the system, and you see the item, 1 items found for Simon Aku. Do you get a point? And you are free to go. What you have to do is let's come to cell 3 here. Okay, the cell 3 says what, how to use. Type the customer ID in cell C2, which that's what we did with the customer ID. Then type or select the date in E2. That's what we also did. All purchases for that customer on that day appear automatically. You can see it. You can save it for yourself, right? So what we have to do is you just have to press on Ctrl plus P to print it. So that's when you connect this to your printer, you have a printer, then you can just issue the print, then file, you have the receipt for the person. Do you get it? And now the last thing that I want to talk about is the expenses, and then our supplier table that we saw at the dashboard. So the last one here is expenses, and remember I've added this thing before I started the video. So now let's see different expenses to it. So I'll just drag this one down here, and maybe this one also has a drop down. So I'll just click on the drop down. If it is let's say
utility, I'll just select utility, and then I'll describe it. Let's say water for cleaning. Okay, and what is the amount? Let's say we've actually paid 90 cedis for this, and then the method of payment, let's say Momo. Then the receipts, let's say receipt number 2. Okay, so maybe if you want to put in a new date, that's fine. Maybe pay to let's say John. Pay to John. Okay, so we can clean this one. Then, and you see the first, our expenses is I think is around 20 cedis, but now we've added extra expenses to it, making it what, 110. Do you get it? The total entries here is just the number of rows that are here. So we actually we have 2 because of this. That's why it's showing 3. But actually we only entered 2 expenses, which is the transport and then the utility. Do you get it? And this is going to show at our dashboard as well. And basically this is it. Voila, you have a complete system that you can use to run your business. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. Let me show you something. Like we want one more thing we need to do. So here we need to enter the supplier directory, the person that we bought a thing from. We need to enter here for record sake. We need to do that. So we put it here. The person's name is the supplier name is Kokovi supermarket. The contact person, let's say Dan Kwame, and the person's name, just drag it this one. We bought tomatoes, right? So for record's sake, then you have this. See now, see, I want to show you something here. You see, when we started entering the customer directory, there is no amount for Simon here, but you can see there is 120 cedis. That's exactly the amount of what he bought. You can see which is what, 120. See the invoice. You see the invoice is what, the total of 120, and it's showing at the dashboard here that Simon bought something worth 120 cedis. So this is the power of Excel, right? So if we actually want this system for your business, kindly reach out to me and I will share with you. Then you have a very good system that you can use. So please, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it if you can help me to share this video so that you reach a lot of people. Great to have you. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, and share the good news. See you in the next video.